Hey guys, welcome to NTI week 5. I know you all have been working super hard. This week is going to be a little bit more challenging than last week. Last week you had coordinate planes and you had kind of already had an introduction to those. And so this week we're working on volume. Volume is one of those things, like I told you in our Zoom meetings, you're going to have to be super visual about. You're going to have to be able to see things. We're moving into our geometry standards, and so you're going to have to use your knowledge of shapes, 3D and 2D, and you're also going to have to use some multiplication skills. So I know you can do it. I've split this week into 3 different parts. So this is your introduction video and introduction to volume. Then we'll have part 1, part 2, and part 3. Because there was just a lot of information, and so I decided to split it up. So for your introduction to volume is the way we measure 3D shapes. And so you'll see what I mean in just a second, but it's the way we measure what the whole shape is. Not just one side of it or not just one part of it, but the whole shape. And remember, a 3D shape is not a flat shape. It's one that comes off of the surface. So like a cube versus a square. A cube is 3D, a square is 2D. We are going to look at volume 2 different ways, and then we're going to look at how we can use our knowledge of volume to do additive volume, which is where you put 2 different shapes together. So our part 1 will be volume by counting. We're going to be using some blocks to count those shapes. You might want to have something at your house, if you have it available to you, to build shapes with. I went to school and got some of our counter blocks, and I've been having fun building those different shapes. So if you have something at your house that you can build with, maybe it's Legos, maybe it's blocks, that might be good to get those things out to use to practice. Part 2, we're going to be working on using the volume formula, which is where those multiplication skills are going to come in handy. And then part 3, additive volume, we're going to put it all together. So watch these in order. Watch the introduction first, then part 1, part 2, part 3. Don't try to skip ahead because then it won't make sense. So next you'll watch part 1, and in part 1 we're going to learn about volume by counting.